Given triangle ACD with line segment ABC and line segment AED, line segment BE is parallel to line segment CD. So line segment BE is parallel to line segment CD. So I put the arrows. Prove that AB times AD equals AE times AC. So this is basically showing us that the product of the means equals product of the extremes. So this is a statement that you actually should memorize. So product of the means equals product of the extremes. Okay, so that's what we have to write at the end, but this is our plan. So what we have to do is first prove that these two triangles, the small one right here and the big one right here, are similar, and then we set up a proportion, and then we can write that final statement. All right, so that's the plan. So let's start with statements and reasons. So the first statement would be all the given: triangle ACD, line segment ABC, line segment AED, and we had line segment BE is parallel to CD, and the reason is it's given. Number 2, well, since these two line segments are parallel, we know that these two angles are congruent because they're corresponding. And likewise, these two angles are congruent because it's corresponding. So let's write this down. Angle ABE is congruent to angle ACD. Angle AEB is congruent to angle ADC. And so the reason would be parallel lines cut by a transversal form congruent corresponding angles. Okay, so once again, parallel lines cut by a transversal form congruent corresponding angles. Now, what we just showed was that in these two triangles, the small one right here and the entire big one right here, they're going to be similar because they have two sets of angles that are congruent. So that's our next step. So triangle ABE is similar to triangle ACD by angle similarity theorem. And now we can show the proportion. Once two triangles are similar, we just follow the letters. And now we're going to use the letters to our advantage to make it match the answer. So here we have AB matches AC. And then I want to make sure I'm mentioning AD. So here we have AE matches AD. And what do we write here? Corresponding sides of similar triangles are proportional. And once you have a proportion, you cross multiply, and that's exactly what we're going to do, but just write this final statement here. So as you can see here, we show that AB times AD is equal to AE times AC because of the statement I mentioned before. Product of the means equals product of the extremes. Product of the means equals product of the extremes. Product of the means equals product of the extremes.